Okay, part 2 or 3 or whatever. I'm taking this thing, I've shot this clip here 4 times now and I haven't got it right. So we're just going to keep it real short. We got an extra 2 inches from the front of the bumper there out to where this used to sit right on the front of there. And we're not completely sold on this whole setup because it moves, because it's made to go right up against the front of the bumper in the little porch down here. Now, as soon as I realized the newer carts and the new style is they've got stubs, tubes here, and the porch, the lower piece, slides on. And it's extended out about 2 inches longer than this, right? As well as the bumper. The bumper is 2 inches longer as well. I kind of felt when me and Rich put it on the ground that day and sat in it that the pedals were a little too close for my liking, which meant I had to bring the heel stop back so we weren't pushing too far with the pedal, right, because of this disc, because we had the plastic right up against here, remember? The good thing is we solved the problem with this. We gave ourselves all the foot clearance we need now by moving the nose out. Let me show you that real quick. Try to get this kind of centered. It's a little higher than the steering wheel, but we are going to straighten that steering wheel up with a little angle. No, don't know if we're going to get a new hub or what we're going to do, but we are going to straighten that wheel up a little bit. But it did solve the issue with being able to get our feet underneath this driver fairing. The tips of our toes should be okay with that. Now it's not nearly as close as it was before. And then again, I'm not sure if we like what we've done with this aluminum spacing. Again, I could put a piece of 2-inch aluminum angle in here all the way across from edge to edge here, connect it to the nose, connect it to these 2 spacers, and it would stop this. And we absolutely have to stop that. Otherwise, you know, it's going to harmonically vibrate and shake and move. And it's just plastic. There's just those riv nuts in there, you know. So I mean, it could end up coming apart. Wouldn't surprise me. So it's designed to go right on the front of the bumper and porch down there, and that stabilizes it. So the angle will do the same thing. But now I'm starting to think we should have just replaced the porch and bumper with 2-inch longer stuff. Welded the stubs onto the chassis like the new ones are, and just bought a new bumper and a new porch, or had our buddy Ed bend them up for us. That really would have made things a heck of a lot easier. The nose would still be where it's at, but the bumper would be out further, and we maybe even be able to lean the pedals forward, move our heel stops forward, and not have our knees bent as much. It wasn't uncomfortable, but it could have been more comfortable. So, what are we going to do here? I'm not exactly sure. We may end up taking the death wheel to this thing and cutting the porch off and just doing probably what we should have done right from the get-go when we realized that that's how the new carts are. This is a new cart piece of bodywork. It doesn't speak to this old style go-kart. So, you know, we updated the rear end. Why didn't we update the front end? Yeah, so good chance we're going to be taking stuff off, adding things to the list, and minimum cutting it here, and we'll machine ourselves a piece of round stock, solid round stock that goes in to that tube and then into another hoop, or maybe this hoop. It all depends, you know, and just extend it out. I know what some of y'all are probably saying, oh, you don't want to do that. If you bang into something, you know, it's welded on, it's not one solid piece. Listen, this stuff, this metric tubing, especially the bumpers and this being smaller diameter tubing, the wall thickness on this stuff is almost 0. I mean, it nerfs the same way. Very cheap metric tubing, and it'll collapse and bend and bust. very quickly, very easily, much easier and quicker than your American counterpart, which is 3/4 tubing. Some kart shops, you know, prefer a real thin wall on their bumpers and stuff because they're supposed to crush and move. Me personally, you know, I like a thicker wall tubing to keep people out of my pelvis, if you know what I'm saying. So we may alter this ourselves, and it doesn't worry me. I'm not worried about hitting something and breaking my legs, because if we hit something, we're going to break our legs anyway. It doesn't matter if it's a brand new kart or something that we altered. I'm not afraid of altering this stuff. We do nothing but alter go-karts here, man. That's what we do. So I could have a whole new hoop bent, cut this one right off, metal finish it, weld a whole new one on, do the whole pedal thing all over again, and get rid of this stuff, which I might just do. Or we may just go with this just to get the kart shook down and get it out to the track in April, you know, do what we got to do here. And then maybe change it or fix it later on down the road. I don't know. But right now, I've had enough for today. Godspeed. God bless you. I'm praying for you. I'm just not crazy about this now, the way I look at it. It's okay. Once the thing's on, nobody will probably even see it. I'm not worried about what people think. Think we could have saved ourselves a great big headache by just updating the front end and the bumper right from the get-go. But that's it. That's all I got for you, man. Hang in there. It'll get better. We'll talk to y'all later.